celebrating someone that you care about, not be too schmaltzy, or Stephen will whip me afterwards, so I promise Stephen. Stephen's work is obviously a huge part of influencing a new generation of poets, his peers. His presence for a great deal of time in the UK has been an example for many people. We're full of admiration and respect, and hopefully tonight is a small sign of that respect and admiration, and I'm very happy to say that Stephen is also a great friend. Anyone who knows Stephen is better off for knowing him, and that's the best I can say of anyone, and it's what I would say of Stephen. What will follow after I've done a little reading of some of Stephen's poems is 5 or 6 peers and friends of Stephen's reading his work, and then, as I mentioned earlier, Stephen himself supporting the launch of this long due and wonderful book, Journeys Across Threat from Prototype Publishing. And I'll say a few more words about it at the very end. I'm going to read a couple of poems from Republic of Dogs, Republic of Birds, that I think I've always liked, struck me, and are appropriate for tonight. And then one from Prototype Issue 1, which I always remembered and stuck in my mind. 23. How strange. We hear nothing from the professors, nothing that really matters. In the art colleges, we come up with a problem, and in the end they just say, go away and sort it. It is possible now to say anything. It is impossible to say nothing. How rich, what acute freedom. In the literature faculties, every word is constrained by and within its structure. Freedom is kin to voluntary poverty. The clear and crisp herbs of speech. Ah well, it's only a cormorant shitting its dead food down into the sea. Blessed be the cormorant, because it flies towards the sun without concern. In 1938, at the Herzen Institute, certain names are forbidden and are spoken only in whispers. Single poems written out by hand are passed from one person to another. They are striking for the power of their content and for their amazing, chaste form. They are striking. Strange how the names are forgotten and the whole work is bereaved almost anywhere, in any place of learning, anywhere you would choose to name. Prison house of language. How we go to sleep at night, when there is a silence and clean air and cogent objects and a sweet taste of things. We are asleep. How strange. We hear almost nothing from our teachers, nothing anyway that matters. Where the red mountain is splashed with sudden, solid sunlight, the calmly woven flowers of speech. And then the poem that follows, 24. To reach the place just ahead of you, what do you do? The shortest way between 2 points, that straight line, the most straight of greatest renown. You put one foot in front of the other and carry on, repeating yourself, until you reach the point ahead, assuming initial motion and no resistance. You walk the straight line and you journey it. No, don't. To read the place just ahead of you, set out backwards, rising slowly, and describe a circle complete but for the smallest measure between the place you left and the point you reached just ahead of it. And while you wheel right round towards yourself, measure a slow spiral, if you like. That way, you'll see everything about on the slow journey between 2 juxtaposed points. That way, it is rich, most rich. Think about it. Topology of the word, speech's own algebra. Think on it. Beggars I've met at Aldgate. On the roadway between the 2 exits of Aldgate East, such turbulent glitter. Donald Hines greeting me with his, "Hello, Prof. Hey there, Professor, you're the best." And I think I am not the best, not even the next best, not even near least bad. And I remember the blonde girl we met swaying towards us late of a November Sunday, bruise mark on her nose, house keys in her hand, begging for the fare for 2 buses back to Uxbridge. And I remember the thin, dark-haired, swerving girl I gave 25 to because she had no home. I remember seeing her on those roads,
And I remember the harsh anarchist who'd come inside Cosbury when I was eating and demand 20, saying that was I not his friend? 20 to get him back to Dulwich or Dunwich, and that he'd never have to come back ever or return. Any number of frenzies on that slow patch of road between the two exits at Aldgate East. Any number of shouting fanatics, including me. Why there? But why not? Didn't Bonhoeffer give our grandfathers coins on these self-same cold streets? Didn't Avram Stenkel hand his last coppers to his friends, those pecking birds beneath the thorn trees? Didn't Nasrul Islam go dumb from death the last half of his impassioned life? Didn't David Kessel dole us great dollops of his ruby courage precisely here? But we're all of us beggars, beggary being a raw portion of the state of the heart. The doodlebug that fell across the other side and destroyed 40 lives. The unfinished hotel with its sky hoardings, advertisings of space wrapped in cladding. Now it's finished, in a white cacophony of glinty high-rise. Bonhoeffer walking to the Lutheran church down Goulston Street before the war doffs his hat to Dr. Selwyn. Nowhere the bird of time, nowhere peace, nowhere absence or succour or to stress. The beggars I've met on Whitechapel High all come up to me and now say, hello. Who am I to say, who am I? Or doctors who doctor the life's breath out of us, or mental health systems that leave most of us mental. FEEL, Federation of East End Loonies. Or love. The bird of time flies high over assassinated Aldgate. Peace. Thank you.